All right, welcome to this episode of Brooklyn's Balance, the 2022 wrap-up artist edition. Today is me sitting here, host Ms. Meekz, and my co-host finally decided to come the fuck from home. Go ahead.
She ain't gotta act like that. It's your boy Zayy Strong back in the building. We here.
And today we have a special guest.
Gini-Mob, Paterson, New Jersey.
So, I'm going to really let you and Isaiah lead this conversation because y'all two know each other, and I just want to make sure at least, hey, I'm taking a step out to create somewhat of a platform for the artist. So, go ahead, Zay.
All right, so I'm going to take a little page out of your book. Sir, how do we know each other?
Ahmed. So, basically, there's a showcase. It's called Powers Industry. It's powered by Power 105. You got Ahmed, you got Amadeus. You got. Well, Sweet Tea wasn't there. I don't know what the fuck.
It was a big event though, but she never showed up for us. Showed up for us.
Whatever, man. I miss her. Like, whatever. But no, we met there. We chopped it up. Cuban Link was there.
Yeah.
It was on Big Pun's birthday.
Mm-hmm. It was Big Vols. Big Vols. Beeks was in the building that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Oh yeah, you were. I did see you there. That's what I said. Yep, I remember.
I had to go be Miss A&R and run around media and all that stuff.
Super diverse that night.
Yeah, you were everywhere. Yeah.
So first things, tell us about what type of artist you are and what music it is that you do and you're into.
So I solely focus on hip hop, and I focus on like the lyrical aspect. I'm really into like wordsmith and just really using the vocabulary to empower my voice. I grew up listening to old school hip hop. It's always been something that has been very inspiring to me. Going back to EPMD, Cool G Rap, Master Ace, Nas, Jadakiss.
So while you speaking on that, you dropped some names just now. I was going through your work, and it seems you actually made some music with like some of those people you named.
Yeah.
Let's hear about some of that.
So EPMD, well, I didn't really get to do a song with Eric, but I got to do one with Parrish Smith, and Parrish Smith to me was a big inspiration. I like his attitude on the mic. Like what I liked about Eric Smith was like he brought the slur into it. Like he was that person that kind of like it was like he didn't have to be so crisp. You know, it was he changed that. You know, he was literally like a slurring Eazy-E, if I could describe him in any way.
A slurring Eazy-E.
Like, but that shit was fire as fuck. Like a slurring lyrical Eazy-E. I can't even think. But then you got P, who was just like hardcore. Like he just put the raw into EPMD for me. Like he hit it for Hit Squad. Like, and that he was a real inspiration to me. And like I remember I did my first. I tried to do my little TV thing back in the day, interviewing people. I interviewed him, like, because to me it was big because I grew up listening to him. Like my mom, every time I used to drive to school, it'd be like a 45-minute drive, listening to satellite radio, all these stations and stuff, and that's really what got me into it. I think my first relating song that probably got me into hip hop was Dear Mama, because I heard that.
Classic. I'm not even a big Pac fan, but that's a classic.
That's crazy. Yeah. I'm a Tupac fan.
I'm not a big Pac fan, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I am. I have every Pac album, but he was like the groundbreaking person that really got me into hip hop. And like I remember listening to Dear Mama. And like, just I remember when he was like talking about him and his sister, and they had different dads and shit. Like I'm sitting there looking at my sister, like, motherfucker, this is our story. like damn, like.
Look, my pops was Team Big, I was Team Big.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it, bro.
I love Big, man, but I love Big too. All right, so Big was like my rocking days before I hit Pac. Pac was the person that hit my soul. Big was the person that hit my vibe. Like. Basically, when I was younger, before I like really got into Pac, I was into Big. I had a you guys remember fucking Livewire?
Yes.
I had my CD, a whole bunch of like Biggie songs from like my favorite like mixtapes and shit that he did.
STI for your computer.
Yeah, I have the Bad Boys. I had Bad Boy mixtapes and shit. Like I had a lot of shit. Like so, like I was really into Biggie before I was actually into Pac. But then, like I said, Pac just kind of took my soul and like. Told me I can put my personal shit
out
into
there, right?
Yeah, like Biggie wasn't really doing that for me. He was just
he did a couple of times.
Yeah, just
only on the sad side. He's like, yo, my life's so bad, I'm about to kill myself.
Right, but he said it to where you were dancing, like, yeah, no, like, but he did it like you didn't. It would fly past you because he just did it so fucking smooth. Pac came out with the raw shit, and you're like, oh damn, like you had to listen, like You couldn't dance to when Pac was serious. You actually had to listen to what he was saying.
And you also had some, music interest and building music with somebody who was an affiliate of Wu-Tang. Talk to us about that.
What,
Yes.
Master Ace?
Master Ace.
Oh, that shit was crazy. Yo, I love Master Ace. I'm sorry. He was. I grew up to him too, like him and Cool G Rap and G.
What was his big names? Cool G Rap.
Yeah,
that's old
school.
They were.
No, Master Ace was a big. I remember I hit him up and I talked to him. I told him how you were a big inspiration to me, this and that. He was like, yeah, let's do a song. So I sent him the beat. He put his verse on it, and I heard the verse first, and I was like, but I had to listen to it more. Like, that's what I love about Master Ace is he's literally like a legit teacher. Like
what was that first impression though? What was that first impression?
It was not what I expected because when I gave him that beat, it was like a hardcore beat. I thought it was just gonna be like some crazy shit. But when I heard it, like it was crazy, but like I actually had to dissect what he was saying to understand where he was coming from. Because a lot of people actually felt it, and then I ended up feeling it. It took me like the second time to hear it. I'm like, that's why. His rhyme scheme was like this. His flow pattern was like this. He was trying to say something in there. And the thing is, from the message I was trying to portray, his shit was so authentic to it in his own language. It was just ridiculous. But he did that so like everybody could understand him because he has a whole fan base that listens to his vocabulary and how he puts it together. So I really had to listen to it. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I was in the studio one day when I was putting this on my EP. And I was talking to an engineer. He listened to me. He tried to dub that song. I was like, I was like, you ain't dubbing it. I was like, there's a whole fan base that like that song. I was like, that's my highest stream song on Spotify. You're not leaving that song off my EP. Like, no, it's not happening.
How do you feel it? Like, do you feel like it's hard for you? Like, a lot of those features, was those recent that you were able to get?
Was it Master Ace was the most recent. It was probably about like a year, 2 years ago.
Do you find it to be hard for you to try to get features with a lot of the artists that are out there now?
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. Yeah, it's not easy, and I mean, I think it really has to do with the hustle the person's putting into their craft. That you have to know so much more than just how to spit. Like, you really have to put time into marketing. You have to put time into doing things you normally wouldn't want to do to get people looking at you, because at the end of the day, all these artists that are out there today really care about is, what do you have to offer me? And that's how it is right now. It's like it's not really a team thing. It's everybody's out for themselves. And I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about everybody who got to where they needed to get to be.
Right.
They're gonna look at you and be like, what do you have to offer me? Do you have a fan base of like a loyal 10,000 people, which is what they would take. They know you don't have shit,
right?
But they know they can get your fan base if they don't have your fan base yet. So it's really like, marketing is very big.
Do you feel like showcases help you a lot when it comes to it, or do you feel like it takes away from a lot of what you're doing?
It's a good question. I feel like showcases do have a lot. I mean, it depends on the showcase you're doing. I feel like Powers Industry is definitely a very strong showcase because people are coming from all around the world. Look at me and Isaiah, for example. We just, found each other. And yeah, it's, life's been a little slump because we've been in the end of the year, but we're going to be working. Like, I think it really does bring connections together, and you could put real talent together that could break the internet. However, like, I feel like you have to really be consistent with it. Like I was telling you earlier, like, I've been looking in the open mics and stuff in my area because really it's hard to be coming back and forth to the city. So sometimes I do try to like find local stuff to do to expand my name. But at the end, like, there's this one song that song I did, Without You, it's called. I talk about that a little bit where in my chorus I talk about like how many shows that I turned up when I left they forget me. That's why I really love this pen. See, the image it creates is the only thing that reflects me. So like, that's basically kind of what I'm talking about. You come to a showcase.
That was a mellow bar. Fucks with it.
Yeah. Yeah, like, they just leave. Like, people leave, but then they don't remember. Like, they're just they're in the moment. That's when you're going to a showcase, a lot of people are there, but they're there for their own personal reasons, and they're in the moment. Like, I was the first performer at that showcase, and I was the last one out the door. And that's how I take that. Even Master Ace said it. That's why I love Master Ace. Like, Master Ace came out, and he was like, after it all, I still have to perform at 3 o'clock in the morning when half the fans are gone, but it's fine. Like, every artist that's really hungry and wants what they want to aspire to be knows what it comes with.
So let me ask you, how does the industry look to you right now? The mainstream industry, how does that look to you as an artist?
The mainstream? Lost.
Lost?
It looks lost as hell.
Okay, I dig that. Explain it a little bit.
Like, all right, I feel like Ice Spice, for example.
Ice Spice gonna get me on this podcast. I keep talking about that girl.
Like, I mean, I got respect for what she did with what she got, but it was like, I don't know. Her shit make no sense to me. I just don't see how she could have popped, and I really think it was what was behind her that made her pop. Like,
right. So yesterday I had a conversation. I had 2 artists who were here. One was also a producer, and one was also a marketing manager. And what they explained was it was just more so the marketing. We saw it as an overnight thing, but they had a lot of
ass, man.
So it's more like a lot of
sound bites.
That's really what they did.
But that's what I find that we're missing. We still like with me when it comes to like promoting. I'm still more old school. Let me go to a place. Let me catch that foot traffic after that. I don't like the social media.
When is hip hop gonna pick up what it actually stood for? Like when you go back, like, man, they stood for some real shit. Like, Ice Spice will never live to have the legacy fucking Queen Latifah has. Like,
we don't talk about Queen Latifah enough.
We don't,
because I promise you, she's up in the stratosphere rap.
And then I talk about her and Risk It All too. Like,
who they always say when I wear my ponytails?
Oh, you talk about Lady of Rage?
Yeah. Well.
Rough and tough with her Afro puffs. Come on, bro.
No, but the
rap game was different before.
Yeah, this industry is lost. I mean, I think it doesn't know which way it wants to go, because and the thing is, basically the people that are fighting for the realness of hip hop, I call them the martyrs. Like, you have them fighting to keep the message alive, and then like you got other people just like vibing. And
so why are you continuing if you feel like it's lost? You trying to be lost in the source with them?
No, but everything, like, I feel like I have a market. I just gotta learn how to get it I gotta learn how to get my market where it needs to go. Mm-hmm. Like I said, everything has a market. I'm not looking to go mainstream. If my shit had the style to get mainstream, that is fucking great. Like, cool. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, everybody has their own thing. But I mean, that, like I said, I'm not trying to get lost in the sauce. I'm trying to help it find where it needs to go.
Is there any up and coming artists that recently you probably met at showcases that you would want to work with and they turned you down?
Him, definitely.
I said that turned you down.
We going to the scene.
Oh yeah, no, we still gotta finish that joint, man. I have to come record that. That's my bad, actually. I've been so fucking busy getting my apartment and shit. I had so much going on.
Just like Jersey vibes.
He knows what I'm going through, man. If you heard Narcissist, you know everything I'm going through. Like, so I'm just kind of in the verge of like bouncing back and getting back into hip hop, and so like, but people that turn me down, no, not really. I mean, when I went to the showcases, I feel like the light came to me, and the people that wanted to work with me approached me the way I needed them to approach me. I didn't have to go reaching out, asking people for a hand or anything. It was just like, I feel like talent does speak for itself. If you're out there and, like, for example, I've been doing this shit since I was 11, 12, so...
And you come prepared, too. You got cards ready and all that stuff.
Exactly. Like, I'm not there to play games. I'm there to hand out cards and, do what I have to do on my own. Like, on my own, like, market and promotion. And
see, I respect that.
Right.
So, let me ask you. I'm going to ask you 2 questions.
And that's your last 2 questions?
Facts.
Go ahead.
I want your top 5. And then... I want a top 3 for the last 10 years.
Top 3 for...
I don't want no old artists in your second list. I just want to see who you fucking with from today's and see how you feeling about it.
Like, for top 5, do they have to be alive?
Go crazy. Top 5 is what? Right. Anybody you can think about. Papa Smurf can be on your list. I don't care.
No. Damn. Are you fucking with me right now? Okay.
It don't gotta be on either. You know what I'm saying? Just do your thing.
I feel like I gotta. All right, so top 5, just off the top of the head. Right now, I've been really into like Eminem, so I'm gonna put him there. I'm gonna put Big Pun. Big Pun definitely. I feel like we lost him too soon.
Facts.
I'm gonna put Master Ace on there because I feel like Master Ace's flow can go east to west, and he could do something like nobody else can really do, just based off of his like. So I'm gonna have him there as number 3. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Nas. I'm gonna put Nas there because I feel like Nas has been very undercredited lately, like especially that shit that happened with 21 Savage. I think that was just a fucking reach. He was just trying to get that song, dude. Like, you cannot sit here and say Nas is not relevant. Like, I'm sorry. But okay, so I'm gonna put Nas there for number 4. And number 5. Damn. Number 5's very hard. Number 5, I'm gonna put it between Tretch and Casanova Rudd.
Yeah, I gotta say this is probably one of the most non-typical lists I've ever heard, bro.
Right.
I've never heard nobody put Tretch on their top 5, bro.
That's
crazy.
As long as they don't put French Montana, we good.
I wish somebody would put French.
Well, it would be between.
I'll walk off this show today.
I'm sorry. It would be between Tretch and Pac.
Okay.
Casanova Rudd is an honorable mention. I think he would be.
So then your top 3, he said now.
For the reasons.
Recent artists, like people out right there right now doing their thing.
I'm talking about the Uzis, the Chance the Rappers,
I would say right now, shit. I'm gonna give credit to Lil D. He's from what is he? Where is he from? Staten Island, I think, or something like that. Lil D. He be doing his thing out there. I'm gonna give respect to him. I'm gonna number 2. Joyner Lucas.
Big shout out to Joyner. Joyner's fire. I'm not gonna front. Joyner's fire.
And right now, number 3. I would say Cole, but he hasn't put anything out really. I'll give it to Kendrick because his last album was a fucking monster.
Alright, so Genie, shout out where everybody could find you at, listen to your music and so on and so forth, work with you.
So my artist name is Gini-Mob. It's Gini-Mob or Gini-Mob. My Instagram, everything Gini-Mob. I recently just put out a new EP. It's called My Inferno. Because my real name is Dante. So
I was gonna ask that. I had it here, but you was already on the roll. So go ahead.
So My Inferno. It's an EP. I just put that out. And you could find that everywhere: Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, YouTube Music. Pretty much anything, all streaming platforms. You could do song videos with me on TikTok or like Instagram. Like my music is everywhere.
You out here.
Yeah.
You gave them your Instagram too?
My Instagram is GINI_MOB.
All right, thank you for coming out and speaking with us. I know it's been a long road. We're trying to get it together,
you, bro.
but I appreciate you. And
yeah, we got that song going up.
Yeah, I was gonna say
you got that beat right.
2023.
2023.
We gonna
got
get his
that
life
song
together. I'm gonna make sure I try my best to push
I sent him a beat, and he was like, "No, I showed him the beat at the show.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta do this song. I have my verse and shit ready.
Gotta get it, son.
Yeah, we gotta go get that. He gonna get his
life together for 2023. But thank y'all for watching this interview of the 2022 wrap up. We out.